Hello, students of Psych 92. This is our overview of Piaget's stages of cognitive development. Let me make it a little bigger. All text and images credit to Copilot, Microsoft.com. And we're going to start with stage 1, which is sensory motor stage from birth to 2 years of age. The key ideas of this stage is that infant explores the world through their senses and movements. This is a stage of development of object permanence, which is understanding that object or objects exist even when out of sight. Think of playing peekaboo with young children. And growth stimulating activities at this period of time include exposure to various sensory experiences. Think of the 5 senses: colors, textures, shapes, sounds, smell, taste, etc. The more the kids can move around and experience through their 5 senses, the more the brain will grow. Stage 2 is called pre-operational stage from approximately 2 to 7 years of age. The key ideas and improvements, if you will, of this stage is the development of symbolic thinking. This is the beginning of language. So using words and images to represent objects. Characteristic of the stage is egocentrism, which is difficulty understanding others' perspectives. If a child likes pizza, it's hard for them to imagine that somebody can not like pizza. Imaginative play of the stage is at its peak, and therefore, if you really want to help this kid to develop brain and to be smarter, then let them free play. Pretend play, engage them in storytelling, engage them in immersive reading, where they did go to talking about the stories with you, ask them questions about the stories, and of course, they're beginning to interact with their peers. So peer socialization becomes very important. Stage 3 is called concrete operational stage. You can actually replace the word operational with the word logical, and it will make sense because at that stage, logical thinking begins. The key ideas here is that logic is applicable to things that can be observed, the real life application. So the logic is present, but it's present within the consideration of concrete, observable events. Kids of this age finally can show what's called mastery of conservation. They know that if you pour a juice from a wide glass to a tall glass, the amount of juice doesn't change. That is a classic example of a conservation task. And of course, you see less egocentric attitudes where kids finally start understanding that different people may have different perspectives, different preferences, different likes and dislikes. So they're getting better at considering others' viewpoints. And if you want to assist the kids here, or you're considering coming up with developmentally appropriate tasks or play or games, you can think of a variety of logical reasoning tasks, again, through communication, through stories, through even video games, science projects, geometrical puzzles, and many other things. Finally, we have a stage 4 called formal operational stage. Again, try to rephrase it into formal logical stage, which is approximately 12 plus years, and Piaget considered that to be a final stage, full maturity of thinking abilities. And this is where we are now capable to think abstractly and hypothetically. We have an ability to think about future possibilities, not just something here and now that we can touch and observe. We can use deductive logic. And here, we're capable of forming deeper moral and ethical reasoning. For ethical and moral reasoning, of course, the ability to think in what if formulations is very important. So how to, again, assist adolescents in strengthening all these abilities? Well, you can engage them in hypothetical discussions of any kind. Moral dilemmas are really fun to do with adolescents, actually with adults as well. But again, here they are capable of looking in their own reasoning. Another thing that recently was kind of added to the stage is more of a metacognition, the ability to think about your own thinking. But any task on abstract thinking, value clarifications, and many, many other things are now possible to do with these kids and with adults, and believed to be stimulating activities producing the best neural working of our brain. So this is a very short overview for stages. You have more information on this in your textbook, and we're going to be practicing this online through our discussions and through our activities this week. Stay tuned, and I will see you soon through another video. With that, I'm going to stop sharing and I'm going to stop recording. See you soon.